need to trash them somewhere there. No, I mean, all right. It's game day, game time. Nottingham Forest versus Arsenal. Arsenal sitting on the top of the table. Another challenge today as Man City has been beaten by Manchester United. What a very, very shocking one at Old Trafford. And Chelsea winning their game to start getting themselves back on track. So we are here set to watch Nottingham Forest versus Arsenal.
Rogers moving the ball quickly on the back of Ramsey, and the shot comes in. Blocked. Another attempt. Now it's seated. And what it's making a 3 for Aston Villa. It's making a 3 for Aston Villa. What is going on with young boys? What is going on? What is going on? But then you cannot question the way Aston Villa is playing at the moment.
If you are not part of the Football Commentary Live show, you are missing. Catch up with every football action in Europe. It is Football League Fest on OGMNewsFC.com.
Down. And Arsenal respond. Bukayo Saka now moving the ball quickly on the byline. Cross comes in the long one to find Martinelli. What can Martinelli do here? 1-on-1 with Kyle Walker. Cross comes in. A swing of the forward by Kai Havertz. Well defended by Man City to clear that one.
OGMNewsFC.com, final destination for a football story. Football League Fest. Truly unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Arsenal in this one with the color black over black, and Nottingham Forest in the traditional outfit. Nottingham Forest with a cross into the box, and this is dangerous, but Arsenal with the clearance, and Martinelli will pick it up from there. A run from Arsenal, but the goalkeeper for Nottingham Forest will come out quickly to do the team a favor, clearing that one anywhere we go, anywhere it goes, it's fine. Because that was coming off dangerous, and Coquerez is actually in a very good place to make do of that. It's 3 minutes on the watch. As Arsenal is looking to extend the lead on the table. Arsenal pressing as expected. Saliba now. Now on the middle of the pack for Arsenal is Odegaard. Zubimendi, Rice. And up front is Madueke, Corcoran, and Martinelli. A little change, just a little change from the starting lineup against Chelsea in the midweek for the Carabao Cup. And it does look like everybody expecting Arsenal to choke at this moment in the season may not be seeing that, because it looks like this is different, very different Arsenal's team, as they are doing everything they can to change the narratives, to change their luck. Arsenal corner kick, and we know set piece has always been the forte of these clubs since the beginning of the season. I mean, for the past since and that's a good one into the area, and he's almost going in from Madueke's header. As expected, they start things off, almost getting one in from the corner kick. Now, set piece has been one of the main weapons of Arsenal that so far the haters are now calling Arsenal Set Piece FC. Fantastic banter in the Premier League. That's what makes these game of football very interesting. And what do you have to say, Arsenal fans? You've been called Set Piece FC. But then to me, personally, I don't really care how you win a game, as long as you win a game of football and it helps you to win a title. Now, on the Nottingham Forest side, the goalkeeper Sells in goal. Then the back four, Ayana, Milinkovic, Murillo, and Williams. Then in the middle of the pack is Angerd, Anderson, and Dominguez. Going up front is, of course, Austin Odoi, Igor Jesus, and Gibbs White. And definitely on the bench for Arsenal is Kepa Arrizabalaga, Eze, Havertz, Lewis Kelly. As Madueke is dancing around in the edge of the box. This is dangerous for Nottingham Forest. And then he's keeping the ball. Madueke, very good on the ball. And now finds Gabriel. Gabriel spread one wide to find Martinelli in a good area. Martinelli one-on-one with Ayana. And now a cross comes in from Timber. Almost found Madueke, sorry. Approaching very well in the box, but a good clearance from the Nottingham Forest backline. Odegaard now. So the subs, or a header comes in, blocked by Anna. And Nottingham Forest hanging in by the thread, but they finally escaped the onslaught at that point in time. Now to continue with the people on the bench for Arsenal is Christian Mosquera, Mikel Merino, Bukayo Saka will be on the bench on this one, and Trossard also start on the bench, and Gabriel Jesus also started on the bench. And on the substitute bench for Nottingham Forest is Awoni, Hutchison, Gon, Makti, Ndoye, Murato, Savona, Douglas, Louis, and Yates. So earlier today, fantastic win for Michael Carrick, who is in charge of Manchester United at the moment, beating Pep Guardiola. Pep Guardiola's Manchester City, who remained toothless throughout the game. As a matter of fact, Manchester United almost got the third goal, if not for the VAR check that ruled that one out. But what a good win for Michael Carrick. What a good win for Manchester United. And now, in the box, torturing the Nottingham Forest backline is Madueke. And he loses the ball now from a good defensive measure from Nottingham Forest. And they play out from the back. Gibbs now. Gibbs to find Odoi. Odoi moving with the ball quite successfully now. He has to find a teammate. Now he finds Aina. Olaina. The Nigerian defensive player who is not available for the international match due to earlier injury, but now he's available for his club. Saliba found himself on the top, and the referee has to intervene. Saliba must be seriously injured. He looked so much in pain. And it's 10 minutes on the clock. Yeah, that was Igor Jesus who was getting ready to pull the trigger. But then he hits the wrong man in the process. Cross coming to the box.
And in some other matches here, like African nations, got Egypt and Nigeria still playing to the 70th minute, still 0-0. We will come back to see if there are any more updates. And in some other matches here too, we got a La Liga match against Suma versus Oviedo. Still 0-0 on that too in the 13th minute. And we got Leipzig versus Bayern Munich. Still 0-0. We'll come back with more updates.
There's a fantastic one going on between Egypt and Nigeria as they're still drawing in that one. And it's been a feisty game since the beginning of that game. We'll come back with updates. Back to Arsenal. Gabriel now with a long ball to find Martinelli. Martinelli have to make do with a run, but he could not catch up with the pace of the ball. Arsenal now have to be very careful. Good defending measure there by Gabriel. But the referee spots an infringement now. As Nottingham Forest and the same pick up an injury.
Sorry, there was one more match that I could say. The Italian Serie A match. Napoli in 45 minutes, close to halftime, and it seems that they have scored against Sassuolo. Sorry.
Arsenal with a corner kick. Declan Rice. Looking to take one from the corner kick. And the set piece, FC looking to do damage from the set piece. What can Arsenal get from here? Very good corner kick as expected. And the shot comes in. And Madueke to recycle that, but Madueke will lose the ball at the edge of the box, but still holding on, Madueke. The cross comes in, went wide. Arsenal have used set pieces to the best of their advantage. And as it looks every now and then, it looks more dangerous in that area of, in that department of the game. Martinelli. Still Martinelli. Now found Stimba in a good area. Arsenal. Martinelli with a cross. Madueke on the other side. Got the good clearance by Nottingham Forest Murillo. Is another corner kick for Arsenal. Earlier today, Tottenham Hotspur was beaten at home by a London rival, West Ham United. And Liverpool played to a 1-1 draw at home against Burnley. Manchester City loses against Manchester United. A very good cross from Madueke. A struggle in the box. And Declan Rice will now recycle that, and he did recycle very well to find Madueke in the box, but Madueke could not control very well. Of course, the referee has already gone up with a call infringement against Arsenal. And still 0-0 between Nigeria and Egypt. Very good fight here. Nottingham Forest on ball. Goalkeeper Sowles with a long pass. Cut by Arsenal. Madueke on the other end. Going back towards Nottingham direction. It's dangerous. He's in the box. Madueke still. And he's really... And now a ball spreads to find Gibbs, but Gibbs was not. Gibbs White was not okay in a shape to shoot well from that area.
Nice attempt from Gibbs White there. All the way. Oh.
Yeah, well, nice attempt, but it's way off. Not even close. I guess the shape to shoot is in the wrong side of him. Goal kick, Nottingham Forest. Declan Rice. Spread one across. Martinelli chased down, but the pace of the ball is beyond Martinelli. Throw to Nottingham Forest. I know to throw. And Arsenal quickly get back on the ball, but the very good defensive measure squeeze Arsenal shape, and Coquerez could not get the passage. Nottingham Forest, a good move. Saliba to clean up. Gabriel now. Back to the goalkeeper, Reyes. Playing back from, starting to play from the back. Declan Rice to Saliba. A good move from Arsenal from the right flank. Declan Rice now. Strolling the ball to the middle of the pack. Able to get out of play and a good opportunity for Arsenal, but the good sliding tackle to get the ball away from them. But Arsenal quickly back on the ball. Saliba now. But Nottingham Forest very strong in the middle of the pack. They're not really giving an inch, which is very good from Nottingham Forest. Arsenal still sitting comfortably on the top of the table, thanks to Manchester United beating Manchester City today. And Arsenal can take a win here or a draw. That will be fine, as long as they are sitting comfortably on the top of the Premier League table in January. That, to me, looks like they are on the way to win this league. Then a dangerous one from Nottingham Forest there. A good clearance by the goalkeeper area. Or as Arsenal is in trouble as Austin Odoi is approaching dangerously. Nottingham Forest making their way back. It is Zagreb. Finds the door in the middle of the pack. The door spread one wide to find Ayana. Ayana moving well in the byline. A good cross, but ball blocked to corner kick. A painful block there for Timber. Got that one in the stomach. What a quick intervention for David Raya to come out and clear that. Or else all this Arsenal Doy is already on goal. 25 minutes on the clock. Arsenal playing away at Nottingham Forest. It's still 0-0. And now it is Nottingham Forest that will be taking the corner kick. Cross comes into the area. A good block. The referee finds an infringement. These days, Manchester United beat Manchester City earlier today, 2-0. Chelsea beat Brentford 2-0. Leeds United beats Fulham 2-0. And West Ham United away win at Tottenham 2-1. And Sunderland beats Crystal Palace 2-1. Liverpool draw at home 1-1 against Burnley. That is the story of the day. And that gives a very huge opportunity for Arsenal to extend the lead on the table versus Manchester City. But then they still have Aston Villa to worry about. They still have Aston Villa breathing on their neck. And who says Aston Villa cannot be full of surprise?
A new update here from the Africa Cup of Nations. Egypt and Nigeria are still level at 0-0 in the 90th plus third minute. And we also have a new goal update here. Leipzig finally scored against Bayern Munich in the 27th minute. What a goal they have scored against Bayern Munich are a tough team, so I'm surprised they pulled down.
Thank you very much for that update. And now back to Nottingham Forest versus Arsenal. Madueke down. Madueke moving well on the ball. Very good fight there. Get the ball away from Madueke. Now Nottingham Forest can be free. But Madueke did his defensive job well, coming back to take the ball away from Williams there. Arsenal. Odegaard moving the ball well in the middle of the pack. Now he find a space and find a man. Cross comes in the area. That was close. As Ayana defended well for Arsenal, for Nottingham Forest.
What a beautiful cross from Gibbs White. Unfortunately, no one got the header on that.
It was a magical cross. And it comes way close to somebody nicking that one in from the Arsenal shirt. But unfortunately, nobody was close enough. But that cannot take away from the credit of that cross. Now, corner kick to Arsenal. Declan Rice with a corner kick. And ball rebound in the area. Madueke with a shot. And a rebound from Martinelli. Went across the face of the goal. Is he onside or offside? I'm not sure.
But even so, that was a very close attempt. I mean, if you just look at this replay right here, Madueke gets the ball, tries to shot off, but it goes to Martinelli, but just misses but narrowly.
Yeah, that was a narrow miss. I can't believe he missed that though. And he was onside by the time the ball gets to Madueke's shot. That was a very close one from Arsenal. It could have been the first goal of the game. But unfortunately, it's a miss, a huge miss. And yes, Arteta felt it. Arteta felt that it was a huge miss from Martinelli. Now, ball bouncing like a ping pong all over the place. But a foul now committed by Nottingham Forest on White. That was a very good attempt there by Madueke to get that ball in the space. Unfortunately, Martinelli could not convert. Madueke, Declan Rice with a cross. Can he find a header? And now a clearance instead. And Arsenal get White to recycle the ball immediately. Arsenal in favorite control of the possession at the moment. Give Declan Rice. Odegaard. Madueke. Odegaard. Looking for a cross. One comes into the box. Fans all eyeing up to the clearance. And Jesus, Igor Jesus, attempts to take it from there. Was thwarted immediately by Arsenal, who is now going back the other direction with a feisty attack. Declan Rice now from the middle of the park. Founds Saliba to Madueke. Madueke with a good dribble. Loses his man. Finds one in the box. An opportunity for Arsenal. Begging for someone to put a foot in that. What another opportunity for Arsenal here. Unbelievable as that one went by from a good cross from Zubimendi.
A new update in the Africa Cup of Nations. Egypt and Nigeria have now went to penalties from that 0-0 draw now.
That will be a second penalty in succession for Nigeria against Morocco that led to their drop from the semi-final. And now for the third place match, they are now in the penalty phase against Egypt. What's it going to be? It's a game of luck from there. Back to Arsenal at home, away to Nottingham Forest. Timber now. Gabriel. Back to Timber. Gabriel. Back to the goalkeeper. Long one from the goalkeeper now. Drops for White like a magic. Good control as well. Finds Madueke. Madueke has to go back to the middle of the pack to find Timber. Timber now. Spread one for Saliba. Madueke. Good one. Good exchange from Arsenal at the edge of the box. Arsenal really close in this one. But another good defensive measure from Nottingham Forest.
Still playing the back here.
Very good opportunity there for Arsenal. Really close enough. But nothing come out of it. Now, Timber now. Saliba. Odegaard now. Arsenal moving the ball well. Madueke is really playing well in this one so far. Finds Saliba. Gabriel, sorry. And shots on goal is none for each side, but total shots is 7 for Arsenal and 1 for Nottingham Forest, which can only tell you that Arsenal has a very, very good defensive shape. But no goal, no shot on goal yet from either side, which is to tell the story of a very boring match. But it's not as boring as it seems on the stats, though. The two sides were feisty in each other's faces. The game is very interesting for the neutral, but for the fans of each of these clubs is hot in their mouth. Timber with a good long ball to find Madueke, but it's not as good as he hoped to be. To be. That one was out of touch. Will be a throw to Nottingham Forest. Martinelli will still be reminiscing that miss. It's a very huge miss. He's one-on-one with nobody. All he have to do is slide that one into the back of the net, but he misses by much. Saliba loses the ball in the good area, and Austin O'Doyle will pick it up from there. Nottingham Forest with a threat, and a good clearance by Arsenal. And only for Nottingham Forest to get the ball back and recycle immediately. Aina. Zangare. Back to Milenkovic. A long one now to find the run of Dominguez. A cross comes into the box. A clearance from Arsenal. Arsenal escaped that one. And Coquerez come all the way to the back, too deep for a striker to try and help Arsenal. Then Nottingham Forest back on the ball. It is Anderson now. Finds Aina. Aina with a good run in the byline. Finds Gibbs. Gibbs White. And the ball into the box. Then there is a good measure of clearance from Arsenal. But Nottingham Forest coming back with Austin O'Doyle. Austin O'Doyle in a good area. And it looks like there's an infringement in the box. And the referee is issuing a yellow card for Timber, bringing down Austin O'Doyle in the box. But now the VAR might check something here. Might need to have to check for, is it a foul first? And then they will have to check for, is it in the box or right at the edge of the box? Because if it's in the box, Arsenal is facing a penalty. But I think the foul was committed right outside of the box. So it will be a free kick rather.
Yeah, I've got to agree with you on that one. It does look like he did infringe him on outside the box and then continued inside the box.
It's a very, very close one, but the final call now is that it's going to be a free kick for Nottingham Forest. Anderson standing on that. And yellow cards to Timber. It's a dangerous one for Arsenal, no matter what, or no matter how you look at it. Cross comes in, a punch from the goalkeeper, Austin O'Doyle to recycle right from the box. A shot taken. And Aina pick it up. Anderson with another cross. A dangerous one. Aina with a shot that goes way, way wide. It is audacious to shoot anyway from that area. It's a long way out. That was a very, very close one for Timber there. He almost caught the guy in the box, and that would have been devastating. Really. Coquerez. A good nudge back to Timber. But Arsenal loses the ball. And now Zangare finds Gibb White. Gibb White recycle the ball back to Anderson. Give White again. Now he's looking for a cross. Nobody's available yet. A good one back to us in the door. Now Gibbs White with recycle. Nottingham Forest with an onslaught here. What can they get from these? A little chance they can only hope for against Arsenal, but what can they make do for it? Still Nottingham Forest. Anderson now. A long one to find Aina. Almost get his foot into it, but Arsenal with a clearance through Gabriel. The feisty one there in the box. Arsenal almost get a lead from Coquerez, who get the ball from a very, very interesting area, but fortunately for Nottingham Forest, Murillo, who lost the ball initially, get back early to get it back from Coquerez. But it's Arsenal's corner kick now at the 41st minute of this game. Madueke, one in the box, punched by the goalkeeper. Almost get back to Declan Rice, but the clearance finally taken away from Arsenal. And goalkeeper Reyes fires it back. Goalkeeper to goalkeeper now. And Sales can only keep that one. And ball is out of touch. Will be a throw. Arsenal trying to play from the back. It's 42 minutes on the clock. Ball finds the goalkeeper. Long one from the goalkeeper to find Timber. But that one went out of touch to be a throw to Nottingham Forest. To be fair, Arsenal really need something from this game. They really need all 3 points. Judging by the past history of Arsenal, they need this to be able to extend the lead on the table and be comfortable. A cross comes in, but the goalkeeper, David Raya, will save Arsenal's blush for now. Yet they really need to win this game. In my own concern for them, as they have always fluffed the opportunity in the past when it matters, when you need them to stay on task and go ahead and win the league or do any kind of adding cups into their cabinet, you always see them falter for one reason or the other. I hope this is not one of those seasons for Arsenal. Coquerez now. Coquerez fighting hard for the ball, but later it's taken away from him by Milenkovic. A good defensive measure. Right as it stands, with this game as it stands, unfortunately, David Raya just missed a clearance, but he came back to do the final clearance. David Raya is doing too much, shall I say. He came out all the way, but he misses the ball, almost creating an opportunity for Nottingham Forest. Still, Odoi, Austin Odoi, finds Aina. Aina go back to him. Now Anderson. Nottingham Forest looking good at the edge of Arsenal's box. Gibbs now. Anderson. And now Aina. Anderson escapes the tackle, but find himself in the middle of so much legs coming in from the Arsenal to defend. Gibbs now finds Odoi. Odoi one-on-one with Timber. And now Odoi has to go back to Zangares. Very good move from Nottingham Forest. And a good stretch for Nottingham Forest to hold on to the ball. Anderson with a cross. Oh, does it look like a cross or a shot? I'm not sure what he's trying to do, but that was way, way, way into the stands.
Just goes wide.
And, wide and horrible.
Yeah. And here's an update here in the Spanish La Liga. Ovadia. I'm sorry, I don't know how to spell this name.
Osasuna versus Ovadia.
Ovadia has finally scored in the 45th plus 1 minute against Osasuna.
Oviedo is 1 goal ahead against Osasuna in the La Liga game. But we have very feisty one here against Nottingham Forest.
And here's a fun fact just to keep you up about Arsenal and Nottingham. Did you know once that Arsenal helped keep Nottingham Forest in top flight and probably didn't mean to? In the 1976-77 season, Arsenal beat Liverpool on the final day, a result that indirectly saved Nottingham from relegation. That survival season allowed Forest to regroup, and just 2 years later, under Brian Cole, they were European champions. So in a very roundabout, football dynasty kind of way, Arsenal played a small role in Forest staying up, and Forest used that chance to go and conquer Europe twice. But football butterfly effect is finest.
Thank you very much for that fun fact. And it's very, very, very shocking to many today that they wouldn't realize that Nottingham Forest are one-time European champion. I'm not talking about just any European champion. It's Champions League. That was before they changed the name to Champions League. So Nottingham Forest, one of the historical winner of Champions League. That is one surprising fact in football that many do not realize. Majority of the small club today in England have actually accomplished that feat. The same thing with Aston Villa. Aston Villa has also won the Champions League in the past. Nottingham Forest actually beat Bayern Munich in the final of that particular Champions League. Thank you very much, JJ, for fun facts spreading on the table.
Very well.
Now, Nottingham Forest still managing to put more onslaught against Arsenal here. And it does look now that they will be getting a corner kick for their effort. And 45 minutes is already completed. 3 minutes added is almost done with, but Nottingham Forest is going to close that one with a corner kick that Arsenal needs to defend. Anderson with a corner kick comes to the area and a header, but header was away enough. Ola Aina to recycle, but the referee have seen enough in the first half, and that will be the end of the first half. It's 0-0 between Arsenal and Nottingham Forest. And with me in the studio is JJ, I'm FM, and I will be back with you in the packings of the second half. Just stay there. Do not go anywhere.
Rogers moving the
We'll
ball
be back.
quickly on the back of Ramsey, and the shot comes in. Block. Another attempt. Now it's seated. And what Watkins making the 3 for Aston Villa. It's making the 3 for Aston Villa. What is going on with young boys? What is going on? What is going on? But then you cannot question the way Aston Villa is playing at the moment.
If you are not part of the Football Commentary Live show, you are missing. Catch up with every football action in Europe. It is Football League Fest on OGMNewsFC.com.
Down. And Arsenal respond. Bukayo Saka now, moving the ball quickly on the byline. Cross comes in the long one to find Martinelli. What can Martinelli do here? One-on-one with Kyle Walker. Cross comes in. A swing of the forward by Kai Havertz. Well defended by Man City to clear that one.
OGMNewsFC.com, final destination for football story. Football League Fest. Truly unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
OGM News FM for news and entertainment. Sounds pretty good to me.
OGM News FM for news and entertainment. Sounds pretty good to me. For news and entertainment. Sounds pretty good to me.
Unbeatable. Rogers moving the ball quickly on the back of Ramsey, and the shot comes in. Blocked. Another attempt. Now it's seated. And what is making the three for Aston Villa? It's making the three for Aston Villa. What is going on with young boys? What is going on? What is going on? But then you cannot question the way Aston Villa is playing at the moment.
If you are not part of the Football Commentary Live show, you are missing. Catch up with every football action in Europe. Football League Fest on OGMNewsFC.com.
Down. And Arsenal respond. Bukayo Saka now, moving the ball quickly on the byline. Cross comes in the long one to find Martinelli. What can Martinelli do here? One-on-one with Kyle Walker. Cross comes in. A swing of the forward by Kai Havertz. Well defended by Man City to clear that one.
OGMNewsFC.com, final destination for football story. Football League Fest. Truly unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Fantastic game of football all round. And now we have a results for you in some of the matches that is taking place elsewhere, especially between Egypt versus Nigeria.
So Egypt have drawn against Nigeria in full time, but Nigeria have won 4-2 on penalties. I'm surprised they actually got past that. They're probably seeing how they lost against Morocco. And in the other matches, Oswana have scored back against Ovedivo in halftime, and Leipzig versus Bayern Munich are still 1-0 against against Bayern Munich in halftime. Napoli are still playing against Sassuolo in 64th minute, still ongoing. We will come back to see what is happening there.
All right, see you at the pickings of the halftime as we go back to the game between Nottingham Forest versus Arsenal.
Rogers moving the ball quickly on the back of Ramsey, and the shot comes in. Blocked. Another attempt. Now it's seated. And what is making the three for Aston Villa? It's making the three for Aston Villa. What is going on with young boys? What is going on? What is going on? But then you cannot question the way Aston Villa is playing at the moment.
If you are not part of the Football Commentary Live show, you are missing. Catch up with every football action in Europe. It is Football League Fest on OGMnewsFC.com.
Down. Can Arsenal respond? We're guys soccer now. Moving the ball quickly on the byline. Cross comes in the long one to find Martinelli. What can Martinelli do here? One-on-one with Kyle Walker. Cross comes in. A swing of the forward by Kai Havertz. Well defended by Man City to clear that one.
OGMnewsFC.com, final destination for a football story. Football League Fest. Truly unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Rogers moving the ball quickly on the patch of Ramsey, and the shot comes in. Blocked. Another attempt. Now it's seated. And what is making the 3 for Aston Villa? It's making the 3 for Aston Villa. What is going on with young boys? What is going on? What is going on? But then you cannot question the way Aston Villa is playing at the moment.
If you are not part of the Football Commentary Live show, you are missing. Catch up with every football action in Europe. It is Football League Fest on OGMnewsFC.com.
Down. Can Arsenal respond? We're guys soccer now. Moving the ball quickly on the byline. Cross comes in the long one to find Martinelli. What can Martinelli do here? One-on-one with Kyle Walker. Cross comes in. A swing of the forward by Kai Havertz. Well defended by Man City to clear that one.
OGMnewsFC.com, final destination for a football story. Football League Fest.
OGM FM for news and entertainment. Sounds pretty good to me.
Rogers moving the ball quickly on the back of Ramsey, and the shot comes in. Blocked. Another attempt. Now it's seated. And Watkins making the three for Aston Villa. It's making the three for Aston Villa. What is going on with young boys? What is going on? What is going on? But then you cannot question the way Aston Villa is playing at the moment.
If you are not part of the Football Commentary Live show, you are missing. Catch up with every football action in Europe. It is Football League Fest on OGMnewsFC.com.
Down. Can Arsenal respond? Bukayo Saka now moving the ball quickly on the byline. Cross comes in the long one to find Martinelli. What can Martinelli do here? One-on-one with Kyle Walker. Cross comes in. A swing of the forward by Kai Havertz. Well defended by Man City to clear that one.
OGMnewsFC.com, final destination for a football story. Football League Fest. Truly unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Rogers moving the ball quickly on the back of Ramsey, and the shot comes in. Blocked. Another attempt. Now it's seated. And Watkins making the three for Aston Villa. It's making the three for Aston Villa. What is going on with young boys? What is going on? What is going on? But then you cannot question the way Aston Villa is playing at the moment.
If you are not part of the Football Commentary Live show, you are missing. Catch up with every football action in Europe. It is Football League Fest on OGMnewsFC.com.
Down. Can Arsenal respond? Bukayo Saka now moving the ball quickly on the byline. Cross comes in the long one to find Martinelli. What can Martinelli do here? One-on-one with Kyle Walker. Cross comes in. A swing of the forward by Kai Havertz. Well defended by Man City to clear that one.
OGMnewsFC.com, final destination for a football story. Football League Fest. Truly unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
make teams fear the bridge again.
All right, we're back with Nottingham Forest versus Arsenal. It's the second half in this game, and still 0-0 as it stands. Arsenal starting from the back. Good move on the ball. Madueke now on the right flank. Finding his way in, finds White with a cross. Clearance needed. And the clearance it gets from Nottingham Forest. Arsenal with a good move on the ball. But Nottingham Forest seems to be standing firm like they did in the first half. Aina now founds Odoi and a shot from Gibbs White. Everybody was thinking he's going to take the shot, but he's trying to get the control of the ball first. Anderson recycle the ball back into the area. Arsenal. Zubimendo finds a long one to be able to find Trossard, who made his way in the second half. But Trossard could not get the ball. Zangari for Nottingham Forest. And Dassin pick it up in the middle of the pack. Finds Murillo. Murillo with a long one. And Arsenal get the ball back from the throw now. As multiple Arsenal check is preparing for a switch. White to the throw for Arsenal. Madueke. Zubimendi. Saliba. Gabriel. Back to Saliba. Zubimendi. Madueke. Back to Zubimendi. Saliba now. Back to Zubimendi. Arsenal playing with a shape of three in the back. The rebuild from the start. Timber now in the middle of the pack. Turn around quickly and finds Declan Rice. A good move from Arsenal. Long one now to find Madueke. But intervention there from Anderson. Take it away from Madueke. To be Arsenal's throw. It's White looking for a target. White finds Odegaard. Back to White. Saliba now. Arsenal being patient here. Gabriel. Saliba. Arsenal down, breathing hard on their neck. Prayer coming. Arsenal quickly play out of the back. Now Declan Rice. Declan Rice finds Trossard. Trossard with a good move, but he's facing his own goal at the moment. Saliba. White. Arsenal completely goes back to the goalkeeper. Gabriel now. Timber now. Timber with a long one trying to peek out the run of Cucurella. But immediately Nottingham Forest get the ball back. It will be a foul from Declan Rice. The free kick to Nottingham Forest.
Also, players one up right here.
It's 52 minutes on the clock. And 8 minutes into the second half.
Rolling. Again.
Saliba will pick it up from there. Saliba now finds Trossard. Trossard to Timber. Timber back to Saliba. Now White. Arsenal being patient here. Then Nottingham Forest is very firm in the back. There's no breakthrough yet. Gabriel finds Trossard. Trossard with the wrong footing, and his pass was picked up by Zangares. With Nottingham Forest going to the other way. Odoi. Hudson Odoi. Zangares. Now finds Milakovic. Anderson. Anderson. The ball is out of touch.
We've got an update here. In Spanish La Liga, Osasuna and Oviedo are still 1-1 But we do have a change here in the German Bundesliga. Leipzig versus Bayern Munich, and this was Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich has scored back one goal in the 53rd minute, and things are still the same here with Napoli and Sassuolo. One goal to nil. That'll be all.
Nottingham Forest fighting hard with Hudson Odoi. It will be a corner kick for Nottingham Forest. This game has to be a win for Arsenal. Period. This is the time of the year that Arsenal is always often called to question. Now they have to step up. Now they really have to step up. They need more than a draw in this game. But as it is now, it is Nottingham Forest that is attacking from all angles.
Clearance by Arsenal here. Looks like we got Saka, Gabriel Jesus, and it seems to be, I'm not going to put his face, but They also get the warm up for substitution.
That will be Marino, Saka, and Gabriel Jesus warming up for Arsenal. Now, Nottingham Forest threatening at the edge of the box. It is Odoi. Spread one across, finds Gibbs. Gibbs with a shot. It looks like a block on that one. Gibbs is arguing it, but the referee don't care. That was another opportunity for Nottingham Forest, right in the good area.
What a pass from Hutton, but pick him down and outside the box here. And Gibbs White just seems to be calling for infringement, but as I'm looking at it right here, there is no infringement. No one has even touched him.
But the ball, I think the ball hits Saliba on the way. That's what he's trying to argue about. And it does look like that from the replay too. The referee missed it. But that is not going to be checked on the VAR anyway.
Anyway, another case coming up for Papa and some other supporters. The Okays,
Gyökeres.
is coming out for Gabriel Good. And Marino will be coming on for.
So now Arsenal starting to play from the behind. Gabriel Jesus, who just came in, got a touch on the ball. The ball back to Nottingham Forest. All the way back to the goalkeeper, Sauce. Sauce now with the long one, trying to find the run of Gibbs. A good one. Gibbs pick up the pace in the middle of the pack, but immediately Gabriel Jesus squeezed the ball out of his feet, only to lose it momentarily. Zangare. Aina. Good exchange with Odoi. So far, Nottingham Forest is not making any change. And by the way, I must say, really, this is far from what we used to know about the manager of Nottingham Forest, Sean Dyche. This is not his game. We always know Sean Dyche have always played with Burnley back in the days with a very defensive measure and hoof and hoot of a shot, long ball, and all the basics, old school method in football. But in this game, they have tried to keep the football and play very well. Bukayo Saka now on the run. He gets one through. A shot comes in. A save from the goalkeeper. What a nice attempt from Arsenal to open the scoring here. And
take a look at the replay here. We got Saka running down on the wing. Then he plays a beautiful pass to Rice. And it was a nice attempt, though. But that was just blocked that very amazing.
That was a good attempt from Declan Rice, despite the fact that his shape was completely against him in that shot. But then, introduction of Bukayo Saka has already been telling us something is coming. Be on the lookout. Bukayo Saka now to take a corner kick for Arsenal. The corner kick comes through, and a punch from the goalkeeper. Trossard now loses the ball in the box. As Nottingham Forest defended well. A long wall now from Austin Odoi. That's very good fight in the box for the ball. We are in the 15th minute of the second half. And of course, 60 minutes of the game so far. What a good introduction for Saka. He came in and he almost turned his game on his head. But Nottingham Forest is still very much doing what they do, run at Arsenal. Now, it's Williams. Dominguez. Williams still. Can he find a cross? And it's a blocking from Zubimendi. It's going to be a throw for Nottingham Forest in the close area. Like I said earlier, Arsenal have to make sure they win this. It's not a do or die thing, but they have to win just to be able to put a statement out there that they are not the same Arsenal we've been watching for the past 4 seasons. Now it is Nottingham Forest that is fully in control of the ball. Zangres now find himself in a position up front. Gibbs now back to Olaina. Aina. Zangres. Anderson will pick it up in the middle of the pack for Nottingham Forest. Now Murillo. Murillo fights the move into the crowd as Murillo is searching for an answer from Arsenal. Bukayo Saka all by himself against the crowd of red shirts. And eventually he was able to get a free kick for Arsenal. It's a very open game. And despite the fact that Arsenal is taking most of the possession, it still looked like Nottingham Forest is playing everything they can. They are not sitting back. They are not being defensive. They are actually coming out and playing. Against these Arsenal team, that is one huge task to ask for. Now, a good run there by Trossard. It's been held by Ola Aino as the referee also concur. Arsenal's free kick. Timber now. Saliba. Timber. Both players switching places. Timber. Back to Saliba. Prayer coming from Nottingham Forest. They quickly release. Find Bukayo Saka. Bukayo Saka holding the ball well. Back to Saliba. Timber now. And Gabriel. Arsenal must be very careful with these playing from behind. He's almost going to get them in trouble as it's almost did their Declan Rice now. Gabriel. Timber now in the middle of the pack. Good pass. Finds the run. And now ball in the box. Met by no one as Marino is attempting to square that one back into the area.
Also here tries to attempt, but just puts too much pace on that ball for Marino to get through.
Too much pace on the ball, and even Gabriel Jesus was completely lost in that particular call. Goal kick to Nottingham Forest.
Understand to take the hit. Real. Taking ball now, so Arsenal's ball. Moving up in the midfield.
Arsenal now moving on the byline. Declan Rice. Can he find a good cross? One comes into the box. Saka with a nod. And that almost find the back of the net. If not for a good save of Sales.
I actually thought that one was going in. What a beautiful cross. See there from Rice there. And then a nice jumping header from Saka right there. What a way to pop on the crowd.
That's a very good heading from Bukayo Saka. It's a looping header. And he almost cut Sales out. Sales was up for the task. Now it's going to be a corner kick for Arsenal. Declan Rice with a corner kick. Comes into the box. A very good fight in the box. But at the end of the day, it looks like it comes off Gabriel last to be a goal kick to Nottingham Forest. Gabriel moving on the ball. As Arsenal is trying to rebuild a long one now to find the run of Gabriel Jesus up front, who was just substituted in to replace Gokares.
It looks like he's calling for foul from smack from what seems to be military, but doesn't really seem to be an enforcement there. Focus of the team.
He's looking to ask for a foul. He felt the elbow, but it wasn't as bad as it seems on the replay. Jesus for Nottingham Forest loses the ball and loses to Jesus in Arsenal's check. The two Brazilian on either side. Declan Rice now. Saliba. And now Zubimendi. Martin Zubimendi found Gabriel. Trossard now. Back to Timber now. Trossard. Good exchange between the two. But Nottingham Forest's shape is very, very strong, very solid. Bukayo Saka. Back to Saliba. Saliba now to White. White, she crossed the ball. But then he finds Bukayo Saka. Bukayo Saka with a good pass to find the run of the substitute Marino. But he was actually brought down in the area by Murillo. Murillo with a bad tackle of Marino. And Arsenal will be having a free kick right a very good area against Nottingham Forest. Now, goalkeeper Sal's organized in the back, waiting for that free kick, which Declan Rice is lining up. And we all know what Declan Rice can do on the free kicks. 24 minutes in the second half and 69 minutes in the game already.
You're very right about what he can do. You all know how he scored those quick from Real Madrid. Absolute shockers.
Declan Rice now on the move. He crosses this one rather than shooting. But then opportunity to recycle for Declan Rice as the clearance comes in. Now White. Bukayo Saka. Bukayo Saka with a dribble in. A cross comes in with his right foot and a header. And almost fly through Gabriel Jesus. What a good defending there for Nottingham Forest. That would have been dropping inside the back of the net.
As you can see here, Bukayo Saka puts it across. Jesus almost, not Jesus, someone in the back there couldn't see his face. Pushed the ball past score, but misses. And then Jesus tries to get a hit in, but also misses as well.
Bukayo Saka with another cross now from the corner kick. Placing it well. Bukayo Saka now one into the box dangerously. Set pieces and clearance from Nottingham Forest. A good clearance, but not a good move because Ola Aina was in the open and was calling so that they could manipulate that into a counter-attack. But unfortunately, that wouldn't be. Arsenal to recycle. Declan Rice. Now finds Marino. Marino with a good turn. In between a lot of red shirts. And the referee will call that against Zangare. As it stands on top of the table, Arsenal still look good, but not as fantastic as they will hope to be. So that's why they need 3 points on this particular game. Another free kick for Arsenal.
Update here. In Spanish La Liga, Oviedo have finally scored back against Osasuna. It's now
Osasuna.
Osasuna. It's now 1-2 in the 71st minute. And same here in the German Bundesliga. Leipzig are now one goal down against Bayern Munich. Well, now the score is 1-2 in the 7th minute. And Napoli here seems to finish their match with Sassuolo full time here. It was still 1-0 that match.
Marino got injured now from looks like a bad tackle. Yeah, he's looking for it, but I don't think anything is gonna come out of it. No. He's selling it, but that's not good. That's not a good trade. There's nothing in that at all. There's nothing in that for Marino.
Yellow card here for both. On him. But with that Marino injured, I don't think that's really a thing to happen. All they did was it wasn't even a elbow hit, to be honest, was it?
It's not. I mean, it touches him, but that wasn't a elbow hit, and it's not even a hit. So, but players sometimes want to sell something that doesn't exist in order to be able to get an upper hand. The referee is not buying it. Good for the referee. So now there will be a free kick going to the way of Nottingham Forest. As Saliba was caught in an infringement. It's a free kick in a good area. Nottingham Forest will be looking to put a long one into the box for headers. Give White wins a free kick. Dominguez and Williams on it. And now a good cross comes in the area, but Declan with a header to clear. Now Odoi with a good run. Austin Odoi. He's still on the ball, looking for a pass. And he finds one in the area. And David Rea to the rescue. That was close for Anderson to damage Arsenal's dream of extending their lead. Now Arsenal on the other hand. Jesus. Trossard. Jesus. Trossard with a good turn. Jesus. And one fires in to find Arsenal shot. White to recover. And now Bukayo Saka in the dangerous area. Bukayo Saka in the box. Bukayo Saka, he's looking for it. He will find a space, but he couldn't take a shot. Ball spread across, but goalkeeper Salves saved the blush of his team, Nottingham Forest. Recycle the ball immediately to William. William to Anderson. Dominguez, back heel, amounts to nothing.
No, that's behind him.
The change coming. First change of the game for Nottingham Forest. Looks like Igor Jesus is making his way out for Ndoye. Like for like. Igor Jesus, the Brazilian, straight to the bench as Ndoye comes in to replace. The fight still very much on. It's 75 minutes on the game. It's 31 minutes in the second half. Gibbs White. William Adoy with a good run. That's in a back pedaling. It's a good pass to find Udoya in a good area. Udoya, who just come in now, has his touch. Adoy. And now Williams. Back to Austin Adoy. He almost beats Bukayo Saka. But Bukayo Saka very, very good in a defensive play there to stop Austin Adoy in the byline. And it's unexpectedly very good defensive measure from Bukayo Saka. Now free kick to Arsenal. It's 32 minutes on the clock for the second half. 77 minutes in the game so far. David Raya with a goal kick. Long one into the area. Nutted back by Nottingham Forest defense. And Doyle tried to keep the ball in play, but to the benefit of Arsenal, Saliba. Still 0-0. Arsenal have made 4 changes already, and they're looking to add one more now. Saliba got a kick and pulls back. Saliba foul to be a free kick to Nottingham Forest.
Update here in the Spanish La Liga. It seems like Oviedo have scored. Not Oviedo. Osasuna has scored back Oviedo, and now it's level in the 78th minute.
Back in level in the La Liga match between Osasuna and Oviedo's 2-2. Earlier today, Real Madrid beats Levante 2-0. Mallorca 3-2 against Athletic. And later on, Betis will be facing Valeria.
Update here.
And a free kick comes in. The goalkeeper to the save. David Raya now quickly release the ball for a counter-attack move. David Jesus in the right area. David Jesus will get the ball. And I found Bukayo Saka. I found the new substitution, that is Eze, in the right area, but he couldn't shape his body well to shoot. Then looks like almost.
Very nice chip pass there.
Rilo doing very, very much well in the back. Declan Rice now to the corner kick for Arsenal. It looks like the VAR is being called against Nottingham Forest as Ola Aina obviously did touch the ball needlessly to say the least, because the player behind him is his own teammate. No reason at all to have done that. He did touch the ball. No doubt he did touch the ball. That's what I'm looking at anyway. But they can argue all they want. But the VAR is checking. Ola Aina controls the ball in the box with his hands needlessly. I must say, needlessly. He does not have to do that. He does not have to do that.
And if I saw it right too, I don't think he even touched the ball with his feet out. But nevertheless, still calling.
Now the referee says no penalty. That is one strange call because as we can see, yes, it was a little light. It was a little light, but he did touch the ball, tried to control the ball with his hands in the box. But Declan Rice now to be starting from a corner kick. That was a very strange call, and that is going to be controversial at the end of this match. A lot of people will be talking about this because he did, as we can see several times in the replay, control the ball with his hands. Corner kick comes into the area. Declan Rice with a very good one, and a header from Gabriel Saliba, rather, but that couldn't get anywhere. Nottingham Forest defending well and also trying everything they could in the book to take the ball away from Gabriel Jesus. That is going to be controversial at the end of today's game. That call will be heavily, heavily controversial.
Ball goes out again. Still to take the frame.
White with a throw. Finds Saliba. Saliba spread it across to find Gabriel. Gabriel. Trossard now for Arsenal. Declan Rice. Saliba. Kawasaka. Kawasaka now. Saliba. Spread one across, but couldn't get to the target. Declan Rice. Gabriel. Trossard. Arsenal with a good attempt here to find Jesus in the box, but Jesus couldn't control the ball. Loses the ball. That was Timber, rather.
And from tomorrow's fixtures, got in the Premier League, Wolves going against Newcastle and Aston Villa going against Everton. And got internationals. Canada will be going against Guatemala, as well as Bolivia and Panama. And in the CAF of Africa Cup of Nations, we've got in the finals Senegal against Morocco. We will be there for that match and see how that happens.
That will be a feisty one to see. My money is on Morocco on that one because they are hosting. They should be able to nick it. But then Senegal is not by any means a very easy team to meet in the final, judging by the squad they put together. The squad they put together is very, very strong. So Senegal is going to be a tough ask for Morocco.
And the Spanish La Liga, we got one important match in here. Real Sociedad against Barcelona here. I don't know if that's going to be an interesting match, but we will be there to inform you on that one too.
A free kick to Nottingham Forest. Arsenal lost the ball in possession. It is 41 minutes on the second half. It's 86 minutes into the game. A draw into the close of this game. 4 minutes to go in the regulation time. Arsenal has to do something now if they have to extend the lead by getting 3 points here today. Clearance from Saliba. Panzagres. Osinadoy to Gibbs. A very good pass. Find Osinadoy in the byline. Osinadoy still moving in the ball. Dangerous for Arsenal here. A good one finds Osinadoy in the good area. And a flashing shot there from Gibbs to pick up a good result for Nottingham Forest. A good effort, nevertheless. That was a quick improvisation from Gibbs there because there's no time at all for him.
And speaking about time, we are 86 minutes into the match.
86 minutes into the match, and Nottingham Forest preparing for a change in a game that is 60% possession for Arsenal and 40% possession for Nottingham Forest. Total shot 12 against 5 in favor of Arsenal. Shot on goal is 3 against none against Nottingham Forest in favor of Arsenal, really. So, Kawasaka now moving well. Drive to the middle of the park. A long one to find Trossard on the other end. Trossard now 1-on-1 against Ayana. A cross comes in and a header to take that away from Bukayo Saka. But Arsenal quickly recycling through Saliba. Declan Rice to Bukayo Saka. Saka turn around. Now Declan Rice. Saliba. White. A cross comes in from Saliba. Didn't meet no head and immediately Trossard recycle, but his recycling almost get Arsenal in trouble. Declan Rice to recover. Saliba. Now Bukayo Saka. Arsenal is threatening at the last minute here. Saliba. And the cross wasn't good enough. He lost the ball at the byline. It will be a goal kick to Nottingham Forest.
Substitution coming on here. It's like Omari Hutchison will be coming on for Anderson here.
That's a replacement for Dominicus, I guess. Yes, Hutchison to replace Dominicus, not Anderson. And he's put in a very good shift tonight for Nottingham Forest. It can only be said that he's done his part, and Hutchison can close up from here as Nottingham Forest is trying to see this one out without letting in a goal from Arsenal. Of course, if the opportunity comes for them to put in one against Arsenal, they will do it. A long one from the goalkeeper Sells in the middle of the park. Return ball. Arsenal to be a throw as Gabriel kicks one out of touch. A throw to Nottingham Forest.
So, interesting question, I think. Who was your man of the match today?
Well, for me, you have to pick the man of the match from the Arsenal viewpoint. Has already been substituted, I think. But all line up for me in Nottingham Forest. I've done so much to stop everyone coming on that right flank. I think if Madueke sees through the end of this game, he will have been the man of the match for me, but he was substituted early on in the second half. But he did play very well in the first half. But unfortunately, with that coming off in that time of the game, I don't see how he can be man of the match. But then for me, Olaina in the other end, Osino Doi for me too, has been torturing Arsenal as he's doing now. He's going with the ball. Odoi founds Williams, and a good tackle comes in from Eze to take it away.
Well, as for me, my man of the match, I'd probably say, Rice. Maybe. Probably Rice. I mean, he has got a couple stocks off, as well as attempted assists there, in dangerous spots. So, and the man can pick out anyone he wants. So I'm pretty sure if I had to guess, my man of the match would probably be Rice. But then again, who knows? Could be anyone.
Well, if it ends this way, the man of the match will be going to Nottingham Forest unless Arsenal get a win. In a away call, usually the man of the match goes to the home top. Unless they get a win, Arsenal. But if not, if it ends 0-0, the man of the match will go to Nottingham Forest. So now, Arsenal may be asking question now. Kawasaka, one-on-one facing Osino-Odoi. A long cross. Can you find a header? It goes through all the heads. Finds no one. 5 minutes additional time here as we already concluded the regulation time. Nottingham Forest 0-0 with Arsenal. And they put on a good shift, really. It was a fantastic game of football, but it's just that the result didn't come for Arsenal. On the other hand, Nottingham Forest was not able to even muster a single shot on goal. That is a good news for Arsenal. Their defensive measure is still very much working. Ball in the middle of the park now. Declan Rice to nod it back. Now it's Eze trying to find Bukayo Saka, but it does look like Nottingham Forest man William will get there first. Declan Rice now. He has to clear that one. He really has to clear that one. Or else Hutchison is arriving dangerously. Hutchison pick up the throw quickly. And now Olaina. Back to Milankovic. Back to the goalkeeper. Spread for Murillo. Murillo with a long one. And he finds Olaina on the other end. Olaina can now run at Arsenal. It's going to be a good one to see the closing part of this one as the ball comes into the box. And the header completely fluffed it. But ball quickly recycled by Osino-Odoi with a cross now in the box. The cross met no one as Nottingham Forest is pushing for last minute surprise here. 4 minutes already gone from the added time. We only have 1 minute left from the extra time. Arsenal holding the ball now. Saliba is now or never for Arsenal to get the full 3 points in this game. Declan Rice now. Declan Rice moving the ball calmly in the middle of the park. Saliba, everybody in the red shirt back to defend for Nottingham Forest. It will be a wrong time to concede a goal, but it will be a good time to score a goal for either of these teams. Arsenal still keeping the possession now. Declan Rice found Saliba, patient, but patient does not answer the question now as the time is already gone. Bukayo Saka now will put a cross in the box. A cross comes in, but a clearance, a very, very frantic clearance to take the ball away. And Declan Rice with a foul there as he was too eager to get the ball back from Nottingham Forest. A quick play of the free kick is not allowed by the referee. Ball has to be called back to the restart. Getting close, few seconds to go. The referee is looking at his watch, and Nottingham Forest can take all the time in the world as this one is drawing to a close, and this might be the last kick of the match. as Arsenal looks to be ending this one 0-0 away at Nottingham Forest. And like I predicted, that will be the last kick of the match. It draws down to a close. And looks like Nottingham Forest did what they came to do. Make sure they did not concede against Arsenal. And they got 1 point from this game. Arsenal got 1 point. Is a spoil to share. But then Arsenal still managed to extend the lead on the table. Looking at the fact that Manchester City earlier lost the game against Manchester United. So as it stands on the table, with 22 games played in January, Arsenal is 50 points and Manchester City is 43 points. Aston Villa have a game in hand, plus 3 points. Also, they'll be looking to spread themselves ahead of Manchester City tomorrow. But it's looking good for Arsenal, really. It's looking good. And I don't think they want to ruin it from here. So briefly, we just look at the matches for tomorrow in the Premier League. We have Wolves versus Newcastle, and then we have Aston Villa versus Everton. And then in the Women's FA Cup, it's Women's FA Cup tomorrow. And as it line up, you can join any one of these. Women's football is now getting more interesting than you can imagine. If you've never seen anyone lately, go try and watch one. And it's all intriguing. For the football lover all over out there, you're going to enjoy it. Nottingham Forest, 0. Arsenal, 0. As it ends here at Nottingham Forest Stadium, Arsenal only take 1 point. And JJ, we'll see you with me, FM. I will see you in the packings of the next game. Thank you very much for listening, and thank you for watching on all our social media. And thank you for being part of Football League Fest. A Football League Fest is always spectacular here.
Rogers moving the ball quickly on the back of Ramsey, and the shot comes in. Block. Another attempt. Now it's seated. And what is making the 3 for Aston Villa? It's making the 3 for Aston Villa. What is going on with young boys? What is going on? What is going on? But then you cannot question the way Aston Villa is playing at the moment.
If you are not part of the Football Commentary Live show, you are missing. Catch up with every football action in Europe. It is Football League Fest on OGMNewsFC.com.
Down. And Arsenal respond. Bukayo Saka now, moving the ball quickly on the byline. Cross comes in the long one to find Martinelli. What can Martinelli do here? 1-on-1 with Kyle Walker. Cross comes in. A swing of the ball by Kai Havertz. Well defended by Man City to clear that one.
OGMNewsFC.com, final destination for football story. Football League Fest. Truly unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
OGM News FM for news and entertainment. Sounds pretty good to me.